ask them if there is a balance. Because if there is no balance, that means issue has been resolved. The member is not going to receive a bill because there is no balance. Member received a balance almost 2 years ago. Something happened within these 2 years. Insurance reprocessed it. Member filed another grievance. Member called them, and now balance is zero. That's it. This case could be closed.
Tigran, question about the question you were just asking, and early on in this case, you kind of mentioned a couple things, and I think Erica was asking for some clarification as well. But in a nutshell, when you're initially calling, I guess the first question, like you said, is to ask if there is a balance, and if there isn't a balance, then that's it, case closed. We can go on and write the res letter, etc. Would you repeat the questions to ask if the provider of service says, yes, there is a balance? So then what questions did we ask?
Okay, if the provider of service is telling you there is a balance, first of all, you need to check and see if there is a claim. What is the total charges? What happened? Why there is a balance? Because let's say they said the claim is for March 2nd and the balance is $262. You look at the claim, you see $262 is patient's responsibility. It's coinsurance or deductible. Then you just tell the provider of service, you know what, LA Care received the bill, we process it, we show a balance of $262 as patient responsibility. You can go ahead and bill the member. And you can write that in your letter. Now, that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, they could say, you know what, there is a balance because I do see that this claim was not processed correctly, and 3 lines were denied, and we did not receive a proper amount. Then what you would need to do, you need to send this claim back to claims department and notifying them, stating, hey, provider of service is telling that this claim was not processed correctly. There were some lines denied. Could you review and reprocess it? So it could be numerous issues. Let's say there is a claim from December 2nd through January 5th. This is all examples, right? Mm-hmm. December member went to the hospital December 2nd. A member was released December 3rd, and her policy was terminated December 31st. So those 3 days that she was in the hospital, that could be her responsibility. That could be the balance. We would receive a claim. This is all examples. We would receive a claim, but we will cover it only the days that member was eligible. So it all depends. If the member is Medicare member, P777 member, and LA Care MCLA is secondary, there is a balance, and you see that there is no claim, then you're going to say, oh, well, you are balanced billing a member, but we don't have a claim. But the reason you are balanced billing member, because Medicare paid their portion, but we are secondary, we need the claim. So it all depends. But if the member is telling exactly that the claim is from this day to this day, and this is the total amount, and we have this claim, it's easier. Now, with this issue, Jada had to do, Terry had to do a lot of research to find out what is the total charges. And when she called the provider of service, she found out that the total charges were in the amount of $1,478. And the bill was for data service 732. So she did find out that the claim is for that specific day. Member never told us that the total charges on the claim is this much. Member said she got a bill in the amount of 86. So that's why when you need to call the provider to get more information. Now, let's say, for example, if the member submitted an attachment or if there was an attachment or a copy of the statement in PCT, you would have opened that attachment and checked and seen, this bill is not for 76. This bill was for total charges $1,478. And then when you look at the QNext, you will see this amount, and you're going to say, this is what it is. This claim is for this amount, and this is what happened. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, because there could be numerous examples why member is being balanced. Okay, 1 second. Let me respond to this jobber, and we will take a look at it to another claim. Meanwhile, Terry, you can go ahead and write